we are gonna see what she does. From a total cold start and having her running and driving yesterday, we have mostly solved some of our problems. So realistically, I put a new distributor back there. It's not black, as you can tell. And I did like essentially a continuity test from the connector, the EST connector. Oh, sorry, I kind of ran it differently. Kind of through, I gave it its own wire, its own dedicated white wire now. And ran it back into the repin the connector down there. But realistically, I was kind of doing the whole troubleshooting through this whole wire band that loops down and through. And most of it, I think, was really inside of the distributor that had like either a bad pickup coil or something. Because realistically, the code 42 went away, the code 59 went away. I now have good power going back into this gauge, which I thought the gauge was dead. And the truck seems to run a lot better. It's still not great. I have my suspicions on certain things, like maybe my top dead center isn't really a top dead center. But we'll come across that. So let's see what a cold start sounds like and if we get any codes. The wiring is a mess. Like I've been saying, there's a bunch of extra connectors and stuff, an auxiliary fan as well, but a bunch of extra connectors and whatnot for like, oh god, like I don't even know, sirens and lights is what I can imagine, chirpers, but they're all like quick connected in and also just banded in all into different places. So it's fun. Let's get this video rolling. It's hard to start a truck when you lose your keys or you're sitting on them. That'll do it. The truck, someone tried to steal the truck, so that was all broken. I had to fix the ignition cylinder, which is why I did all that splicing to begin with. It also does a lot of clicking when it doesn't really need to now. We are going to get my readings originally, and I'll probably go to the defaults with no codes, which is fantastic, and the truck seemingly wants to run and turn on. Seemingly the O2 sensor not being pinned. Now I don't know if that's normal or not, but it seems like most things. Now it doesn't have a cat, okay? And it does shake. Certainly shakes. Shaking is what gets me to a degree of not being lined up for some reason. I don't know what the normal knot count is supposed to be. I have 27 right now for a knot count. Fuel pump seems to be staying on fine. Knock count. There's a new knock sensor. Didn't check the wiring to it, but I forget if that's passenger or driver side. Coolant temperature starts reading 100. The gauge is a little lazy. But whatever, I can always just know that. So you can also tell that it does like, it's not bad yet by any means. Staying on just fine being cold. No catalytic converter. I did cut it out because some punk at a shop said it's probably clogged. Didn't do anything. Didn't help. Block learn, block sell. Don't really know what that's asking for. Desired idle speed being 600 might be a little low just because it is an old motor, right? 330 on it. I might just want to keep that higher in general, almost at like 750, and I might not have like some of these issues. It's still registering cold, so I don't understand. See why not. Here we go, the lowering now. Now it's starting to hit 1,000s. Maybe I just need to reconnect my exhaust and get a little bit more gas flowing past my O2 sensor. Still no codes, which are fine and good. But it's starting to do more of like a oscillation, you know, a little, I could say it's a mist. It's all new plugs. I don't know if the wires have anything to do with it. The wires are the last cheap thing on the distributor that's like possibly doing something. Now when I set my base timing originally with the distributor to what I thought TDC was, to what like 0, or I think I had it before 4 degrees before, the truck like would not run being plugged in. It would run being unplugged in the bypass, but it wouldn't, once you plugged in the computer, it would not. It would barely turn on and it would flatline. So I just turned it till it ran right, realistically, but I don't know if it's still even the right position for that. I'm gonna do some things, like step on the brake. Ready? Stepping on the brake again. Stepping on the brake. Step on the gas. I'll step on the gas once more. And I'm off. Didn't look like my TPS went down. My TPS percentage stayed. Desired idle 575 seems low. Maybe I should raise that. run harder again. Seemingly so, the hotter it gets. Obviously, I'm almost at 160 temperature, and I only got, 140s on there. But I have the mist, and it kind of sucks it out of it a little bit. I can go over with choke cleaner to make sure that there's no like vacuum leaks coming through like the throttle port or whatnot. TPS voltage seems alright. It is a new fuel pump. Doesn't mean it's good, but I do have a testing port hooked up down there as well next to the fuel filter, so I can kind of see that it's staying all right. Let me know what you think. I'm not really too sure. It's also not dying right now. Block learned going up a little bit. O2 sensor is now ready. IAC is retracted. It drives decent, it drives well. It's not like stumbling all over the road. And a little hard to tell. Tell me your thoughts, people. Thanks.